So let's dive into something pretty heavy today. We're going to break down Mo Gawdat's critical perspective on AI. He's a former exec at Google X, so he knows his stuff. And he thinks this explosion of abundant intelligence could be an amazing gift, but the way we're handling it right now, well, that's a massive problem.
Okay, to really get what Gawdat is saying, we have to start right here with this really provocative statement. When he says Sam Altman is not a person, look, it's not some personal jab. It's actually the key that unlocks his entire argument.
So what in the world does he mean by that? Well, he's not really talking about the man himself. He's talking about an archetype, a symbol, a type of personality that is now in the driver's seat of our entire technological future. If you can understand this archetype, you're halfway to understanding the whole AI race.
Gawdat basically describes this archetype as the ultimate Silicon Valley renegade. It's a mindset that's convinced technological disruption is always a good thing, and that the main goal, maybe the only goal, is to push forward no matter the cost. It's this relentless drive to innovate, to win, and to just break things without ever really stopping to think about the consequences. And he argues this exact mindset is what's leading us down a super dangerous road.
And this whole move fast and break things mentality, it completely shattered a kind of unspoken promise that AI developers had with each other, a quiet agreement on how to build this stuff safely.
See, for a long time, the folks working on AI had these unwritten rules. They were the central guardrails. Simple stuff, really. Don't just plug an AI into the live internet. Whatever you do, don't teach it how to code for itself. And definitely don't let AIs start talking to and triggering other AIs. These were the basic common sense rules of the road.
But then the race for market dominance got, well, frantic. And in that frenzy, every single one of those safety rules just got tossed out the window. The pressure to win, to be first, it pushed everyone to cross lines they once swore they never would.
Now, you're probably thinking, hold on a second, didn't all the big AI leaders go to Congress and ask to be regulated? Well, according to Gawdat, that's not exactly what was happening. Not really.
He doesn't mince words. He calls the whole thing the biggest PR stunt on the planet. He's convinced it wasn't a genuine cry for help or oversight. Nope. He thinks it was a brilliant, strategic play to look responsible while actually trying to achieve something else entirely.
So let's decode what was really being said. When you hear, "Please regulate us," what Gawdat says they mean is, please create huge, expensive rules that only we can afford so it keeps all the smaller startups out. When they say, this is for humanity, it's a way of shifting blame. So if it all goes sideways, they can say, hey, we told you to regulate us. And that line about help us be safe, it almost always comes with a threat, if you regulate us too much, China will win the AI race. And here's the real kicker, the most cynical part of it all. The tech leaders know, they absolutely know, that governments just don't have the technical know-how or the speed to actually regulate this stuff effectively. It's an empty offer from the very beginning.
So, with everyone distracted by this show of asking for regulation, what's been happening behind the curtain? Just pure runaway growth. No real rules, the old safety promise is broken, and Gawdat says the sheer speed of it all has become the #1 danger.
I mean, to really get a sense of the speed, just think about Moore's Law. That's been our benchmark for tech growth for decades, right? Computing power doubles about every 2 years. Well, AI capability? It's doubling every 5.7 times months. It's not even in the same league. It absolutely blows Moore's Law out of the water.
Seriously, let that number sink in. Every 5 or 6 months, the power of AI doubles. Gawdat, who's been in tech his whole life, says he's never ever seen anything move this fast. He even thinks it might be what they call double exponential, because now the AI is actually helping us build the next better AI.
And that incredible speed has pushed us past a huge milestone. AI can write its own code now. It can copy itself, improve itself, all without a human helping. Gawdat calls it what it is, a form of digital procreation. It's a system that can now create itself.
But here's the point he really wants us to get. The problem isn't that intelligence is becoming abundant. That could be amazing. The real danger is that we're hooking this incredible power up to our current human systems. It's basically putting our flawed human values, which are often all about scarcity, competition, and greed, it's putting all of that on steroids. It's a machine for magnifying our worst instincts on a scale we can't even imagine.
And this all leads him to his final, and frankly pretty chilling analogy for where we are right now. This is his wake-up call to all of us.
He compares how we're dealing with AI to how we dealt with the pandemic. If we had acted on patient zero, there would have been no crisis. Solved.
If we had acted on patient 1,000, we could have contained it. But we waited, and it became a global crisis. And he says with AI, that's exactly where we are now. We're in the wait-and-see phase, and waiting any longer could make this whole thing completely uncontrollable.
So in the end, Gawdat's message isn't really that AI is some evil monster. It's just a mirror. The problem isn't the tech itself, it's us. It's the human value system that the tech is going to amplify 1,000,000 times over. He's not trying to make us afraid, he's just asking us to wake up and have a serious conversation about what we're building. Which leaves all of us with a pretty urgent question, right? What happens if we don't?